Welcome, everyone, to Music Junkies, a podcast about people sharing extraordinary stories about how music has impacted their lives.
Welcome, everyone, to Music Junkies. I'm your host, Annette Smith, and today we have like one of my best friends in the world.
Peace.
Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Derrick Germain. Right? I know everyone is waiting for this podcast.
I have tons of best friends. Like tons.
Yeah.
And you're definitely one of them. Yeah.
I get excited about that. Right? I'm not like I'm part of the group then. Like I'm one of like tons.
I don't want to rank them or anything, but you're
Am I at least in the top 10?
top 150 for sure.
Seems like it.
Best friends.
I love it. So we're out here in what would you say, God's country?
It is Flat Lake, Alberta.
Yeah. And we're in your home drinking some Deuce vodka. And we're going to do a playlist.
And it's 3:00 on a Tuesday afternoon. So
we're day drunk.
Probably not the best decisions that we made, but
hey, we're going to see.
We're
still dressed.
We're here. That's right.
So, Derrick, before I get started, I always like to ask my guests, what was your experience putting your playlist together?
Shitty, actually. I was like looking hits of the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2020, which is like how young I am.
Yeah.
And I had like 700 songs I wanted to pick from. And then we're about to do this, and I'm looking through my list. I'm like, well, why did I pick that song? So anyways, we'll see how this goes. But music was a huge thing in my life growing up, and I have like a billion favorite songs, so we'll kind of work through what's supposed to be my top 10, but
we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes.
If you were to describe your playlist that we just came up with, how would you describe it?
Romance, not romance, the opposite of romance, aggressiveness, but yet passion. One song it's like the word A. It's like this is great A, or this is fucking great A. Like there's so many ways you can use one word. That's how I feel with music. It's like,
I agree.
You can use it to like cry from breaking up with a girlfriend, or you can use it to like celebrate a part. Very tough time how this picking the list.
Yeah. So I'm going to play your first song. Are you ready?
Yeah. Play it.
All right.
Oh. This is like me and 6 of my buddies sharing a Mickey, getting drunk at grad. 6 of us. Be able to split a Mickey.
Wow.
Yeah, just sip it slow, and we get loaded. Then fast forward a year and a half later, it was like 26. Then it was a 40. But Sweet Child of Mine, I mean, that is such a classic from the 80s. And every time I heard that song on the radio, I'd just be like playing my air guitar and
so were you more of a Slash guy or an Axl guy? Like, could you do the sway? Oh yeah, you can do the sway.
Sweet Child of Mine.
So crazy.
Oh, I can do both. Play
did
guitar.
You ever have a pair of leather pants in the 80s?
I did not, but I had a pair of what do you call those blue jean things that went over a muscle
overalls.
Shirt? Overalls and muscle shirt.
Yeah.
Work boots, Club Malibu to Esmeralda's, and that's what we'd be playing in the background. It'd be awesome.
What were you like growing up in high school?
Yeah, to be honest, up to grade 9, I was picked on a lot. I took martial arts, and I went to church every Sunday, so they called me Bible Ninja, which is very hard on my self-esteem. And then grade 10, I made the hockey team, and my popularity went up, and back then I was Mr. Cool.
So what were they picking on you about?
Just because I went to church and did martial arts. It was very hurtful.
Yeah.
Very hurtful.
You get any fights?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got my ass kicked up until about grade 11. Then I had the backup that I needed through hockey, and the martial arts they used to bug me about kind of kicked in my favor, and then I kicked some ass. So
you were a goalie.
I was a goalie.
And I'm always like confused, right? Like goalie, it's not like you're not the best player. Well, I guess that's hard to say. You can't be the best player on the ice, but you're stopping all the goals. But of all the players out there, you line them up. You got the forwards, the defenseman, the goalie, and the girls were to line up. Like, how long was your line? Right, you got the forwards line, the girls are lining up, the defensemen, they like the big burly guys. And then you got the goalie. Was it like 1-2 girls lining up?
Literally out the door.
Really?
Literally out the side entrance, around the rink. And that wasn't just for autographs. That was for stuff. Well, I probably can't talk about that on here, but it was a special time in my life, especially in high school and stuff. And I think I said no about 3 or 4 times. My wife is watching.
Just 3 or 4 times you said no. That's all right. Brings your numbers up though.
Yeah. Girls love goaltenders. We're flexible.
Yeah. So, well, oh yeah, I agree that you are flexible being a goalie.
I used to be. I'm not as flexible now.
But I don't know how much flexibility comes into play with being a male in the bedroom.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right? Like, unless
I meant more time, like my time was flexible. Oh. I didn't mean like my legs.
Like, hey, look at me. I can put my legs over my shoulders.
That would not work.
And Tracy's like, I don't know why you're doing this. This is our first date. I'm not ready for this.
You're wearing it.
So I'm telling you, so you were picked on, grade 11,
that's right?
Right? Everything changed for you.
Mm-hmm.
So did you want to be in the NHL? Like, was that kind of your goal?
High school yearbook? It was to be an NHL goaltender or a jet fighter pilot.
Oh.
But I was shitty at hockey and I was colorblind, so I couldn't make the Air Force. So I had to come up with different options. But
what team did you want to play for if you were to be drafted?
The Oilers. I was a huge Grant Fuhr fan. So
so you like cocaine?
Well, not necessarily, but
just kidding. You just say Grant Fuhr and that's all that comes to mind.
Really?
Poor guy. He was amazing. But
he had a stint with it.
I wish I had his stash.
I think
like really
pretty much everybody did that back then. Just got caught. So
yeah. Stupid idiot got caught.
Okay, next question.
All right. How about next song?
Oh my God. Well, seriously?
Some White Snake.
If I had $1 to every girl I kissed to this song,
wow,
I'd have $1. I'd have $1.
Okay, first girl you kissed to this song.
I can't remember.
Really?
It's hard to bring back specific memories of this, but no, I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've gone. Mm-hmm. What's the actual lyrics? Living on a yesterday.
You're doing great.
But I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. And that back then in those days, I walked along the lonely street of dreams.
Why?
And I walked. No, it was just, even as a young kid, I always thought like I got so much more to my life than this. I got so more. So that song resonated with me for some reason. I had to carry on to my adulthood.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up in the Germain house?
It was interesting, to be honest with you. My dad worked a lot. My mom, she worked a lot.
What were their careers? What were their...
Mom was a dental receptionist for like 40 years. My dad's construction, so cement work. So during the summer, he worked from morning till night. And I kind of swung from that to being an oil and gas operator. So we had like specific family moments that were really good. We were all together and all that stuff. And we just had kind of a lot of different views. I mean, my parents did the best they could. And I have a lot of great memories, and I have a lot of memories that probably weren't so great, but all in all, they did their best, and I love them. And
So what is one thing that you learned from your dad and one thing you learned from your mom?
Mom definitely the caring and patience and taking care of people, and I think that's where I get my socializing skills from, or not socializing, but more of my embracing attitude about and my dad's work ethic and the jokester.
So your dad was a jokester?
Oh yeah. I mean, him and I could sit in the garage and go back and forth and tell jokes for hours at a time. Like,
what's your best, dirtiest joke that you know?
Today's day and age?
Yeah.
Can't say it.
Let's try the second best today's day and age.
Can't say that one either.
You can say it. This is a podcast. You're allowed to swear.
Oh, I'm not afraid of swearing. It's
You're not going to offend a millennium on this podcast.
So the best.
Let's be honest.
Okay, let's do this again. So the best what? The best dirty joke I've ever heard. Okay.
I'm ready. Does it
A
involve?
koala bear comes out of the jungle. So I can't tell that one.
Yeah, you have to tell that one because I'm already worried that it's going to be really dirty, and that excites me, and I'd like to hear it.
A giraffe walks into the bar
Oh,
and says, "Can I have a highball?" It's the best I got.
I don't even know what that means.
It's got a long neck.
It's not even dirty. What's 3 things that make you puke?
Oh, don't even go there. I'll puke right now. Puke. Other people gagging. And how would you say? What's that? Baby shit? Well, baby shit makes me gag, but I got used to that. I don't know, like a gut shot deer. If I have to skin a gut shot deer. People shit.
Anything to do with shit, it sounds like.
Shit and puke is my two worst nemesis. Adults or kids.
How much of a gag reflex do you have? Like, is it? It's pretty instant. Like, yeah. We're talking about right now.
I'm thinking
mouth
about,
is getting watery.
Yeah, I got this back, my little gaglet tone that dangles around. It's starting to curl up like that. I'd really appreciate us changing the subject because.
Let's go. Let's do some 18 in life.
Oh, Skid Row. Every party we go to, every dance we go to, every time we were priming up to go somewhere, 18 in Life was the song that was playing in the background. I remember me and my buddy Clayton and Ian and Danny and Chris sharing a Mickey of Lemon Gin on the way to a grad party with 18 Live playing in the background. That's the day we all cut each other and became blood brothers.
Wow. On the neck?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to hit the artery so we can really be blood brothers, but we missed it by a couple inches.
And then were you like rubbing up against each other? Because usually you just cut your hand and then you shake.
No, we touch it.
Now you're
touch it. And yeah. It was crazy.
That could be how AIDS is spread.
You know what? After we did all that, the question was like, you don't have AIDS, do you? Like, no, I got other things, but AIDS is fine. All right. Okay, as long as it doesn't, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
That's right. So you're married?
Yep.
I want you to walk me through how you met Tracy for the first time.
How I met her?
Yeah. How'd you guys meet?
Well, I worked in the oil field, worked 10 and 4. A lot of nights in the bush. So
like her bush or just?
No, like just in the bush, 10 on, 4 off. So we never got to leave camp. So I go to Lloydminster.
So you're hunting.
I was hunting. I was not gathering. I was hunting.
You're hunting.
So my old babysitter, because Tracy's a couple years older than me, my old babysitter walks up to me in the bar. She's like, my friend thinks you're cute. And I look over and it's Tracy. And she's like,
Passed out?
Passed out. Full as full can be. No wonder she thought I was good looking. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll go come talk to your friend. So I would talk to her. I'm like, hey, what are you doing in 5 minutes? And he's like, I'm good.
You're like, this is a sure win.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, can I get your number? I'll take you for a date. She's like, absolutely. So she probably wrote it down wrong. I can't Facebook her because there's no Facebook back then. I can't check her out on Instagram because she had no Instagram back then. So I pulled out my flip phone. Took me 45 minutes to put the number in. So I called the next day. I'm like, listen, I'm in camp. I'm going to cook you this beautiful meal and, pay the price for
potentially getting some bush.
Potentially. And back then, that's a true statement.
Yeah.
So I invite her over. Actually, it was the next day. So she must have had enough sense to have a conversation with that you're coming over to camp for supper. It's about a 45-minute drive. I made roast beef. I made baked potatoes. Because I can cook. And I get a call. So I got all this food cooking. There's like 2 guys in camp. One guy shuttled off to the other camp. I'm like, boys, tonight's my night. It's been 9 nights by myself.
Town.
Yeah. it's going to be a good night. I'm going extra and above. This good looking girl, and she calls in sick. She goes, I can't come in. I have the flu. I'm like, yeah, you got the 24-ounce flu. So whatever. So I ate a lot that night myself.
So then you met up again, or?
Against my better judgment.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll give this girl another chance. And I called her, took her out for supper in Lloydminster, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Okay, so from the bar, meeting her passed out drunk, to avoiding you, right, not showing up, to the next dinner, she says 4. Is that what the 4 was, right? So
4 what?
Like 4 times you guys seen each other. Was that night that you guys met at Lloydminster when you sealed the deal? When she saw how flexible you were as a goalie? If
you look at my current career history, I am a closer.
So yes. So 4 is the secret number.
I think it was 3, to be honest with you. It was missed 8. Might have even been 2.
Wow.
Yeah, but whatever.
Do you have any pickup lines that usually work?
Yeah, like.
What's your favorite one that you like to use?
You ready to go right away, or do I have to waste time buying drinks for you all night? If we get after it now, we can be back in time for last call. Things like that, of such a nature.
You're so romantic. I love it. All right. Are you ready? Next song. This one's so good. Just tell by the beginning.
Oh.
All those chimes.
Yeah.
All right. Bon Jovi.
This is a song that's made for every guy that wants to know how to play guitar but can't. You can literally pretend you're playing it.
Yeah.
But you can't. It sounds exactly the same. We have a little bit of a crowd back here, which I don't appreciate.
My producer. My
producer and my agents here, they're making fun of me, but every guy my age loves Wanted Dead or Alive, because you can even pretend you can sing it. If you turn up a little bit and you sing, if you sing it, you sound exactly like Bon Jovi. It's epic.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you know what? Bon Jovi, it's so nice to hear another Bon Jovi song. Like there's always 2 that people play all the time, but Bon Jovi has like a list of great songs. So I love this song. Did you ever, I know that, I don't know. I know one musical instrument you play. So I need my producer's assistant to grab the musical instruments there. But do you play any musical instruments at all? Like, or did you? Did you ever?
I did. I played the oboe and
the oboe.
Grade 7 and 9. I was in the high school band. I played the oboe and the clarinet and the trumpet.
Wow. You played
not trumpet, the trombone.
Oh. So you're a good blower. But I do know that you know how to play these. So I want you just to walk me through this, because how did this start? And then where did you like come up with these songs, and where did you learn all this stuff?
Back in grade 9 French class with Madame Babin.
Okay.
We had a wooden thing that went out and a dancer. So you wouldn't actually play the spoons, but you'd have this little dancing guy, and you flip this piece of wood, which make his legs jiggle.
Oh, okay.
It's like danse, moment, danse, danse. This little guy would jiggle his legs. So from there, I learned the rhythm. It's an easy transition from that board to the spoons.
Oh,
see?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So
I think it's awesome. So you gave up all of that.
All my music career?
Yeah, you gave up your music career.
Gave it all up.
Decided that you weren't. I do want to know, have you ever got to second base with playing the spoons for a girl?
No.
You weren't like, hey, I just want to show off a little bit. And
well, you know, I've used my humor of being able to play the spoons
Yeah.
to make an impression.
yeah.
But no, like the spoons have never actually closed the deal, but they've opened up doors to go that direction.
So I want you to take on any 80s lead singer, right? Think of
Brett Michaels.
Oh, that's who you, that's your love?
No brainer. Brett Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about Brett that you just are like, oh my God, if I had
Sarah's swagger, his confidence, his singing ability, like he sang some songs like, I mean, my whole playlist could be Poison.
Yeah.
Amazing. This easy answer.
Okay. So you never bought any leather pants though. That's what's confusing.
You know what? I have such a weird thing in my life where I was too skinny to fit in leather pants and I got too fat to fit in leather pants. It was like, no, there was no in between. It was like
medium ground.
It was like skinny and then college and then fat. Not fat, but like a lot of squats. And so I could have fit in leather pants, but they would have been super tight. Super tight.
What areas were really tight?
Yeah. And then you know what? I would have got accused of like smuggling snakes all over the place and snuffleupagus trunks.
Snuffleupagus. I love it. Okay, next song. I'm gonna go back to this other one, but I'm gonna throw this one out here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you're whistling.
I'm way too ahead.
It's okay
That alone, right there, just the whistling part of that song is what I enjoy.
Yeah, when me and Tyler actually first met, this was the very first song that he ever played on guitar for me.
Knowing you and knowing Tyler, that's the name of the song is exactly what he has to have.
He's like,
two
months in.
To spend any time with you.
2 months in, he's singing Patience.
Yeah, but he was singing that to himself. He wasn't singing it to you.
He was trying to seduce me. So crazy. So what's the grossest thing you've ever ate? Don't say Sally. That's weird.
Shit. I don't know. I've ate a lot of gross things. Probably a deer testicle.
Really?
On a dare, raw.
Raw?
Yeah. But it's been about a minute in my mouth and the other half hour was spent getting it out. It was gross. On a dare.
So you're good at dares. Like if I was to dare you to do something.
No, not anymore. That was when I was younger. But I was naive back then.
Yeah.
So we have this deer down and buddy's like thought to test it if it actually died after shooting it. He's like, take a testicle. See if it's alive. So I under the armpits and all that stuff and it wouldn't move. He's like, no, take a testicle. So I actually took a testicle and it was just a misunderstanding of what he it was supposed to be just a testicle and I actually ate the testicle and
how'd the guys feel around you?
They're like, what are you doing, bro? But
why'd you do that?
I'll never do it again.
No, I agree. Ready? We're gonna go back to this one.
Sorry.
Okay, I know you have a good story behind this because your wife had this song on
everybody that knows me, like all my high school friends and stuff, knows my favorite song. My first truck when I started working the oil patch was a 1994 single cab green GMC and the stereo was kick ass in it. And it was right at the time when the song came out. So I played it over and over and over again. So you ask my good friends Ian or Burr, okay, what's Derrick Germain's favorite song? My Maria. If you had, the whole crew would say that this is my favorite because I just played it so much and so loud, and that was such a special, happy, no worries time in my life. That is 100% my number one favorite song of all time. Is My Maria.
I love it. It's such a great song, and I know that you have great memories from that song. So one thing, because Tracy actually had that on her playlist too. So I'm curious, when did you know that you wanted to marry Tracy? When did you know?
As soon as I saw her boobs.
Really? So you're more of a boob guy than a butt guy?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. And she has big cannons.
Yeah. It's like, there they are. I'm marrying this girl. And then on top of that, she's got a great family and
she's wealthy and
yeah, well, primarily wealthy, but she had a good listening attitude.
What are 3 things that you love about Tracy?
Oh, her eyes, or you know what, the way she encompasses people to make them feel welcome.
Yeah.
And just a shirt off her back attitude towards everybody inside her family, outside of her family. She is like the center of comfort to
I agree.
everybody around. So
yeah, I do. So where is the weirdest place that you and Tracy ever had sex?
The armpit, like, is that what you mean, or like back of the knee?
Well, like driving around. Like, have you guys ever like did it any really weird places? I'm not talking anal and stuff like that, but just like
we were flying back from Vegas, I think, to Edmonton, and there's only like 4 of us in a plane. So I'm like, if we're gonna do this, now's the time to do it. So got her to heat me up on the seat, and we're walking back down. I high-five my buddy going back there, and we got in the Mile High Club.
Hey, that's a good club.
American Airlines.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything that sexually that you wish Tracy would do more of?
Yeah, include me.
Yeah.
Just invite me to be there.
Yeah. Just want you to participate with me. I love it. Awesome. Okay, this song is out of control. It's the best beginning of a guitar player. Hey, Mr. Big.
Just love the song.
I love this song too.
Yeah, actually, I have like a playlist on my phone right now. It's got like 3,500
Songs.
That Screw Up brought to you by Deuce Vodka. Songs. And I just hit like, I'm just driving along, just hit forward. All of a sudden, boom, something like that pops up. It just takes you back to like one of the first songs and then lyrics on and just a great lick and a great guitar player. And
yeah,
love it.
So I want to take you back to, you met Tracy, you found out the day that she was pregnant. Were you excited, nervous, scared? Were you ready? Not ready? Did you guys talk about kids before?
We did. 100% ready, 100% plan and design, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You don't hear that a lot. That's awesome to hear.
So we were working towards it. Downside to that is that I was playing senior hockey in Saskatchewan. We were trying to have kids. And Tracy used to get a lot of migraines. So we went from playing from Edam in the worst snowstorm. It took us 8 hours to go from Edam to Edmonton for a CAT scan. They just want to check her marbles out to make sure there wasn't anything wrong with her head because all the migraines she had. So we plowed through all that stuff, get to my Uncle Jack's place like 5 a.m. Her appointment's at 9. And get to the hospital, like, are you guys trying to have kids? And I look at Tracy, she's like, yeah. And they wouldn't do the test.
Because she was pregnant.
Well, no, because we were trying.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but I didn't have to try for long.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm
one shot done.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty good at that.
You're a sniper.
Sniper.
So is there any movies out there that make you want to cry when you watch them?
Oh, I cry at everything.
Have you always been a crier?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm emotional. I'm very right brain sensitive.
Yeah.
Trying to shake it, but
I don't think you should shake it. I think it's a great quality to have.
I know, but I'd like to get over that so I can actually like deliver a message when I speak or something like that and not bawl all the time. But movies that I cry.
Do you have anything that goes on the TV and you're like, oh my God, I can't watch this movie. Every time I watch it, I just cry.
Well, as a kid, I used to be Littlest Hobo. Like Mom said I would cry on that all the time. And I was like 6 years old. watching that show. So
yeah. It's a sad
I've
dog
cried.
going around
Sad
saving
dog.
babies and
Yeah.
stuff.
So yeah, I don't know. I just cried everything.
Have you ever seen Rudy? Have you ever cried at that show?
Well, my funny thing is my nickname is Rudy. Playing hockey. It's because I look like the goalie. But now the joke is, amongst all my great friends, is that his nickname is Rudy because he's a shitty athlete that gets called up once in a while to actually do something. So
We're doing a shot.
apparently.
All right, producer
Cheers.
say. Do you have any favorite sex toys? Like, do you like sex toys in the bedroom?
Like for me?
Yeah.
No, not for me, but yeah, shit, I'll do.
Is there anything that you're like, you know what? I appreciate that you want to try this, but I'm just not in. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you're like, I'm not
trying it?
Yeah, I don't want to try that.
Not really.
Okay.
Pretty open.
You're pretty open.
Yeah. So
I think it's good to be open in the bedroom.
whatever she wants to bring in. As a matter of fact, we bought a big thing of beads in there, and she didn't want to try them. But the unfortunate part is that they've been laying in the closet for like a year. And I'd be honest, I'm kind of getting a little bit lazy and sleeping in stuff. Well, when I'm sleeping, she'd like slide them into me like ever so gently so I can feel them. And then she'd fucking stand over me and start me like a lawnmower. She'd pull them out 100 miles an hour. Like, now it's time to go cut the grass. So no, I'm not a big fan of sex toys, but especially when I'm not getting started like a lawnmower in the morning to get my ass out of bed and go do stuff. It's terrible.
All right.
Oh, Chad Thompson, where are you?
Oh, VIP. Oh,
All right,
man.
stop.
All right, stop. Okay, love
Collaborate
it.
and listen. Oh,
Love Ice, baby. I actually have a video.
of course you do. Everyone's
Yeah.
got a video of me dancing to the song.
Yeah.
I used to do it for an hour all night on the stage. Now I do it for like a minute and a half. I'm like, oh my God,
Exhausted.
I'm gonna die. But I even had the Zubaz pants back in the day from Milli
Did you really?
Yeah. Zubaz pants, black and yellow or fluorescent yellow, and the muscle shirt. And I used to see that every school dance. I had it mastered. Not like Chad Thompson did, but
Pretty
freaking
good.
stellar. Yeah. And of course, it bring attention to me. Believe it or not, I'm kind of a guy that needed attention back then. Right now, not so much.
Were you a dancer? Did you like to dance?
I did like to dance, but I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
I have very bad rhythm, very bad. I just couldn't get it together.
But I did hear that you're like a good country, like
Oh, good
two-step,
two-stepper. Yeah.
two-stepper, but just not really good at the 80s, 90s dance.
Oh, no.
Like if you're going to do MC.
I
Hammer
wish
right
I
now.
could. Like even at 47, in my mind, I'm like, I would love to take like dance lessons, like to do the pop it and the,
Yeah.
But no, it's gonna hurt too much.
So Derrick, we were just talking about Ice Baby, and I talked to you about your heroes in your life and who could be big heroes or who have influenced your life. Do you want to share a little bit?
My dog's barking in the background. Someone's here.
Ali's your biggest
For
hero.
sure, my dad. For sure. And I gotta give kudos to Real Michaud. I mean, that guy trained me in the business that I'm in. Made a huge influence on me in my life, and everything I got today, I can basically give back to him. He's basically given me all the time that we ever needed, and taught me what I'm doing today. So sorry, I'm a little distracted because of my dog, but
It's okay.
No, if he's made a big difference in my life.
Yeah. And it's really cool to have different, like through the stages of your life, all these different types of heroes that have came in. I don't want to say maybe heroes is a strong word, but just like people that have
Influencers.
influenced you.
And I have lots of them, like lots of influence. I have guys like Daryl Poirier, who've, outside of my dad, I go to him with the decision on buying a house and buying a truck and buying this, but just millions of examples of guys like Ed Milet and Carl Meldrum and Swan, like guys in the business and guys outside the business. My buddy Shane Koss, Corey Dem.
List goes on.
The list goes on. And there's never, if I have a dilemma or if I have an obstacle to cross my life, I'm not doing it on my own. I'm going to other people. I'm like,
Yeah.
here's a shitstorm that I'm in. How do I get out of it?
Most people don't do that. Like, so to have somebody that, a lot of people don't have people in their life that influence, you know, that they can go to get real advice about doing something. And
to this day, I do it all the time. It's like people look at me and like, oh, you've got this not going on for you. I'm like, I do, but I don't. I need other people to bounce stuff off of. I need different perspectives.
Second opinions.
Yeah, there's never been a time in my life where I think I've had it all going on. It's always been, okay, I've got this issue, or I've got this, not even an issue. It's I've got this challenge, or I've got this idea, or I've got this goal. And it's like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And there's a difference between bringing stuff up to people and getting advice, or compared to me backing up my dump truck of negative bullshit, pouring it on them and expecting to sort through all the shit to tell me what to do. So I'm very specific and deliberate on who I talk to and what I ask them about. And there's a few friends and mentors of mine that I'll be call on them once in a while to give me some exact advice.
Yeah. And you're lucky. That's lucky.
Yeah.
Right. So this next song, are you ready?
Oh, another amazing tune.
Honestly, one question before you tell me, did you love Sebastian Bach's hair?
Best hair in the industry.
I think so too.
Like, I don't know if you used a Amape on it.
What is that?
Tracy, is that what it's called? An Amape?
Yeah.
It's a straight hair straightener. It's like,
oh,
It is for your heels.
oh no, what's the hair? A chi.
Oh, I have a chi. Yeah, it's
He must use a chi on that thing. He must have had the first version of the chi back in the day.
Have you seen him now?
No, it's probably not.
He looked like Vince Neil ate him, and then Vince Neil ate Sebastian.
He's big.
They're bloated.
Well, living on the comfort zone of.
Yeah, they're like a Stone Temple Pilot song, Dead and Bloated.
I hope I don't look bloated.
All right, we're gonna throw some Bret Michaels in here.
Oh.
Okay. Don't need nothing but a good time.
How good of a song is that?
So good.
Every
and when
party,
I think of
every
any song about you, this it should be don't need nothing but Derrick for a good time.
In my truck, every suite we've been in, I'm like, we gotta play this, we gotta play this. Again, Poison's been such a awesome influence in my life. And not only that, they make great music. It's been fantastic. So yeah, nothing but
best concert you've ever been to.
Poison.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what album did you go see them?
This one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look what the Cat Drag did?
Well, it was mixed of their best hits,
Oh, okay,
but Tom Petty was there as well.
No way.
Skid Row was there.
No way.
Yeah, it's
Where'd you see them?
Edmonton. Yeah. Rogers Place, actually.
No way.
Yeah. I think. Might have been the other concert, but we were pretty drunk. We were pretty loaded. I'm not sure which stadium we went to, but
did you take a limo there? Did you go all out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it. Do you remember the Guns N' Roses concert we went to?
Slightly, but it was a lot of fun. I bought you a shirt. Remember that?
No. I remember you were stuck in a limo because there was too much there's like you couldn't get in there. And me and Tyler were just down on the floor living life.
On the limo?
No, you guys were in the limo and we were on the floor living life. Because like the limo took forever to get to the Coliseum. Yeah. And we were already in there partying and having a good time with Guns N' Roses.
And I was late.
Yeah.
So what was I doing to be late for
limo? I just think they couldn't get the limo in there. Traffic was so bad. That was a great concert too. Nothing like seeing Guns N' Roses, which you wish you seen them in the 80s, but you seen them in 2000s and they're still fitting in their leather.
It was still
barely.
Good. It was still good. So much fun.
So do you have a man crush on anyone?
A man crush?
Yeah, any celebrities or stars or like, if I could be a girl for one day.
Rhett Daniels.
Who's that?
Oh, you got to see him on YouTube. He's a beauty.
Yeah. What about him that you?
He's a hunter. He's got the best sayings. He's got the best lines. Man crush.
Yeah.
Brett Daniels.
So would you go all the way or just kind of snuggle?
He's got guns and I got guns, so we probably wouldn't get that close. But
have you ever been attracted to the other sex before?
No.
Never. Like ever thought like, hey, maybe?
No.
That's fair enough, right? It's good. You know what side you swing on?
It's kind of an odd question. But no.
It's okay. I'm grateful that, you know.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. All right. Another Poison song.
This is one of my favorite songs of all time. Ride the Wind was amazing. Like literally, well, crank it down. Like just
put it on.
Yeah, just put it on.
It's like
how can you get fired up for that?
Streets of real. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's good.
Settled in. You know what? It's before every game, I'd play that in my head. Not my head, like my Walkman.
Yeah.
So I'd have my Walkman attached to my side.
What color was it?
Hockey.
Was it yellow?
It was red and chrome.
Oh, okay.
And it was a CD player. And that would be playing in the background. It got me so pumped for whatever I was doing. That's a great song from another great band.
Do you remember, like, obviously when we grew up, we're the same age. Is there a movie out there that has the best dance scene in it that you're like, oh my God, this is amazing?
Ghost.
When they're making the clay?
Ghost. Is that Ghost? No, Patrick Swayze. What's the other?
Oh, Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing.
Ghost. Let's make some clay.
Oh,
it's the best dancing movie ever.
It's like they just formed it.
I'm like, I'll go with Ghost, but
really.
whatever.
No,
that's kind of a weird one, but whatever.
I really paid much attention to those dancing scenes.
So I know I asked your son Matthew what his stripper name was, and right away we listened to Matthew's podcast earlier, and you have a unique stripper name. Do you want to maybe tell us what it is and describe a little bit about what you would do on stage?
Well, I'm French. It's not the biggest, but I got buddies that I played hockey with so they'd be the helicopter and I'd be the tail roller.
What's the biggest penis you've seen in a hockey dressing room?
As a matter of fact, one guy had one so big but he wasn't local. He's trying to figure out how to get home. So I grabbed it and I grabbed a Sharpie and I drew the map out on the veins that were showing how to get back to his place.
Have you ever seen a guy with a really small penis in the dressing room and you felt bad for him?
Never feel bad.
So I have this like a little bit of an obsession about a hockey dressing room. Is it all that it's cracked up to be, or am I just living like I should just continue to live my
in what
fantasy?
terms?
Like, just feel like you guys are all like naked and there's like flesh, nice cocks in there and nice bodies and
it's amazing.
It's
incredible.
So I should live. Doesn't smell like urine because my husband says
it
like
smells
these guys are
worst smells in the world and the big ones, small ones. As a matter of fact, true coaching story. We're coaching Bantam boys, and we got word back that one guy has a real big one and one guy has a real small one. So all the kids are like, "Oh my God, look at that!" And all the kids are like, "Oh my God, look at that!" So I got feedback that there was bullying on both sides. So the coach and I actually had to have a meeting saying, "Boys, listen. If you're going to play hockey for the rest of your life, you're going to see big ones, small ones, odd-shaped ones, crooked ones. But at the end of the day, if we hear one more word about another man's or another boy's wiener, we are freaking going to bench you." So it's a bit of an obsession.
Not just by me.
Not just by you, but
by young boys too. That's weird to say that, but yeah.
There's a couple of guys I play junior with. Like I walk in, I'm a goalie, so I walk in kind of late, forgot my equipment, one of my pads in my truck. And there's one guy who's so big, the rest of the team was skipping rope over. And the other guy jumped in and they were freaking doing double Dutch.
Wow. That's big.
It's amazing. Yeah. So if you want to hear about hockey players, that's what happens in the dressing room. Wow. Double Dutch.
This is why I want to go in the dressing room. Give me something to believe in, right?
Oh, it's another Poison song.
Yeah, I know. You like this song. I was just putting that out there for the male hockey room.
I do a lot of like writing and I'd like to write and I like to write poems and I like to just feel music, and that song written by Poison is like something we can all relate to, especially today's day and age. It's like, honestly, give me something to believe in. Like we're so focused on such
superficial
stuff right now. It's like, give me something to believe in. So
when was the first time that you like figured out that you like to write and do poems and stuff like that?
Like high school.
Have you ever wrote a poem or a song for a girl and gave it to them?
Lots, but it never worked out.
No, but like, were you nervous? Was it about that person, or you just wanted to kind of share?
Yeah, it's like, sorry to hear you have acute angina, but I'd really like to touch your big vagina.
Did you ever write Tracy a poem?
Yeah, lots. Tons. Just, you know, I do it often. I leave it on our pillow and actually, no, that's armpit smell. I've never.
What's the most romantic thing you've ever did for somebody?
Took them on top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, and bought them like a special made cake for them. And I didn't do that. Not even close.
I'm like, when did he go to France?
I'm not real romantic, to be honest.
You're not?
No.
But you're a hopeless romantic. Would you say you're a hopeless romantic?
I'd say I'm hopeless. Not sure if I'm a romantic.
I would say you're a romantic.
You know what? Sure. I do lots of stuff outside of like the romance side, but carry on.
So how would Tracy know that you're interested in making out?
Let's give her one of these.
You look like a codfish. That's your sex term?
No, I just know it's like the 21st day of the third month that we're gonna get after it.
It's a Sunday.
It's like there's no need to get romantic. It's our day.
Right, chicken fried. I'm like, is there a cat behind us?
This is a song.
Producer?
This is a song that my dad would play all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, to me, the grandkids, it just play it some more.
A little chicken fried?
We got to kind of get through the whole.
You know what I'm taking fried.
It's a fun song to sing.
Yeah.
Beer on Friday night.
Yeah.
A pair of jeans that fit just right.
Do you have a pair of jeans that fit just right though?
No, I don't. I used to. Now they're tight.
Okay, but like, because being a goalie, you had a tight ass.
I still do.
Did you have a hard time finding jeans?
I did. Yeah. It was big legs and a big ass. And all of a sudden in the 90s, they came out with these stretchy jeans that were fat. And then, truth be told, Chuck Norris, the karate guy, had a pair of jeans that he advertised that had Velcro or spandex in the middle that you could actually kick a guy in the face.
What?
Well, I was still taking Taekwondo. I was still kickboxing, and I'm a goaltender. I'm like, that'd be perfect. So I ordered a pair out of my own pocket, borrowed mom and dad's credit card, and they were the best. I could actually squat, do this. So I ordered like 7 pairs. So all I had was 7 pairs of Chuck Norris jeans in my closet. They were all the same, but they were so comfortable, and I could like kick. And now those jeans are useless because I can't even lift from all those years. Thought I was doing like good things for my body. Now my hips tight, my groin's tight.
It's from those jeans.
From the jeans, bad jeans.
What are some things that your kids taught you? You know, when we have children, they teach us some things in the very beginning. What are some things that your kids have taught you that you didn't think that they would teach you?
Well, Amber has taught me patience and conflict, which is good because she stands up to everything, which is fantastic. And Matthew's taught me work ethic. Like he's taught me kind of the back door to how I get back into hard work again and stuff like that. So he's done an amazing job. Amber's done an amazing job, and Amber's taught me patience too. It's Dad, I think I know what I want to do, but I really want to take the time to figure it out. And Amber's very encompassing with people and with pets and animals and all that stuff. So it's amazing the lessons you learn from your kids. And my 2 kids, I'm very blessed. They've taught me a lot about life, and it's also a reflection of what I taught them about parenting too. It gives me a kind of a inside view of what I've taught them coming back to me. So
what do you wish most for your kids?
You know what? I wish independence. I think my job as a parent, or me and Tracy's job as a parent, is to do a good enough job to give them the confidence to be independent. With my son, it's how to go out and work and make a living. And with my daughter, it's the same thing, but it's also how to have the confidence to
Tracy, seriously,
confidence to go out and pick the right man, and to be fussy and picky and know exactly what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. No, I love that. That's good. We all want our kids to be successful. We all want our kids to be happy and healthy.
Yep.
Right. I think that's the biggest thing as well. All right. This is you, Derrick.
Hell no, I can't slow down. It's gonna go.
First offense.
All the mix.
Okay,
It's for you, Thompson. Oh, you gotta play. You gotta rap. You gotta rap.
Are you gonna wrap this part up? Okay. It's aggressive. Like this, you gotta put the thing.
This jam is amplified.
Slide. Put your backbone slide.
You should be the girl in the background. She's just like gyrating.
It's right. What I say, every verb you heard, you break, you start to vertebrae. You try to have a cover in your roast. Roast, I'm the most. DEF's how it goes. No X's or O's or tic-tac-toes. LTD, this ain't a game on a mission. Come on, hip-hop tic-tac-tician. Rappers like this slab of clay.
Turn it on. That's enough. Stop.
This
okay,
song.
love it. Because you're a rapper, right?
I'm not a rapper. Funny story. So Cameron Michaud and I work for the county of St. Paul. So we hear the song on like a Tuesday, and we get off work at 4 or 5, and he's like, dude, what a great song. I'm like, it's the best song I've ever heard. So I go to Sunshine Video in St. Paul, and they actually had the cassette with the song on it. So he drops me off. I hop in my car, my 1987 red Ford Mercury Topaz, and I'm sitting in front of my mom and dad's house, and my tape player had like a knob on it. You just hold left to like rewind and put it in the middle to stop. So I spent 4 hours that night memorizing the song. Memorize it. I could rap the whole thing. So the next day, Cameron picks me up, and it's started to be #1 hit song on the station list. So the next day, Cameron picks me up. We're going back to work for the county of St. Paul, and the song comes up, and I rap the entire thing from start to finish. Blows his mind. He's like, dude, how'd you do that? I'm like, I just have a thing where I listen to a song once and I could replay it back in my. He goes, I didn't know that about you. So to this day, I don't know 100% of the words, but I rapped this song to Cameron the day after we heard it for the first time, and he's like, thought I was a genius. So
where'd you learn the worm from? Like, was that your first break dancing attempt? Was to learn the worm?
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube. Maybe not. It wasn't invented back then. I might have saw a guy do it somewhere.
You definitely did not see it on YouTube. He did not see it on YouTube. MTV, I would say for sure. Okay, we're getting low here on the songs, but hey, dang me. Why do you love that song?
My man. My father loved this song. All the songs from this guy. Dang me, Can't Roller Skate in a Buffalo Herd. He used to have trips to Vancouver, Victoria, Kelowna, and this is all we'd hear is like, dang me and can't roller skate in a buffalo herd.
Johnny Knoxville did that.
All the dumbest stuff you could imagine. But I knew all the words from it. And then when Dad bought a 1987 pickup with an 8-track player, this is one of the 8 tracks that was in there, and Everly Brothers. And so this song reminds me a lot of my dad. And I played for the kids, all my kids, and all the words of the song. So to me, it's just a fun song and a great memory.
What was your favorite family vacation growing up?
Going to Kelowna.
Yeah?
For sure. Yeah, we had Uncle and Aunt there. It was fantastic. Yeah, we go there and hang out at the beach, and yeah, it was great.
I love Kelowna. What's a favorite thing that you do with your family now?
Not fight.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good thing, though.
You know what? Being here at the farm, it's brings me tons of joy to have Matthew bring his friends out and Amber bring her friends out and whatever, make a fire, go for side-by-side rides. And
yeah,
we've experienced so much great stuff, like as a family in Hawaii and Grand Caymans, and the list goes on and on. But lately it's just been get everybody here together with their boyfriends and girlfriends, or just hang out.
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
It is.
Right.
And different stage in life.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. Okay, Derrick, ready?
Great song.
So, Make a Life, Not a Living by Brett Kissel. So tell me a little bit about your relationship with Brett Kissel.
Oh man, our relationship runs way back. I've known Brett since he was just like a kid winning. What was that award? He was 12 years old, winning awards at Edmonton for singing "I've Been Everywhere, Man." And so that was right in the peak of my WFG career. So I was like, dude, you got to write down goals. You got to, project where you're going to be. And probably 20 years ago, he had goals written on his dresser, like, I will win a CCMA. I will be Canada's #1 country music star. And so it's so funny to see how words turn into goals, turn into actual reality. And then he wrote the song "Make Life Not a Living." And it makes me think a lot of times where it's, in our business, it's always strive for more, always try and be the best, always, and all that stuff is good. But there's comes a point in time where you have to figure out what you want to be in life. And that goes for everybody. It's whatever you're doing. It's how do I be happy with where I'm at, but how can I stretch to be more comfortable than what I currently am? So the song resonates with me when he wrote it. It was makes total sense. I love it. And great job, buddy.
Yeah, I love it. So we got 4 more songs left. Are you still good to keep going?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I just want to make sure, right? Like I don't know where you're at, right? If we have to pull the plug, you can't take this anymore. It's like,
I'm fine.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Okay. Soul Asylum. The fact that you have this song in your playlist makes me laugh. Not a lot of people know this song.
Hang on, let it play.
On a whip in the middle of the night. Right? Runaway Train. Did you call Tracy and
I
play
have
this song?
no idea why I put that in there, but it's one of my favorite songs. It's like we're driving down, I'm like hitting skip, and then it comes on. It's like, call you up. I gotta listen to the whole thing. So we're not gonna spend a lot of time on this, but
No.
it is one of my favorite songs.
I do want to spend a little bit of time on the most biggest prank you've ever did on somebody, though.
Well, I got a few of them. The biggest one was when I was training Cameron Dunbar and Steve Holbrook. They were in my office. Cam was across from me. Steve is to my left. Steve's doing paperwork. Cam's sending paperwork. And I'm taking a cleanse. It's called Enrich. I'm not trying to promote anything, but it had a tea in it that if you sunk or like dad soaked your tea bag for more than 20 seconds, you're shitting your pants. 100% guaranteed. So I time it on my watch. 20 seconds, pull it out. I put it to the side. I'm like, there's my tea for the day. So Dunbar walks in the office. He's like, what are you drinking? I'm just having a cup of tea. He goes, well, can I have some? I'm like, absolutely. Get yourself a cup of hot water. So I put the tea bag in his, and half an hour later, he's ready to go out to see his accountant at H&R Block. And I'm like, don't waste your tea, dude. Like, drink that stuff. So he pounds this tea. Oh boy.
Our producers are bringing us
He pounds his tea, and I go to Steve. I'm like, this guy is going to shit himself. I don't know when, I don't know where, but it's going to happen. So he goes to his H&R Block accountant. He's like, oh, I feel a little gassy. And he goes to fart, and he shits up his leg and down his back. And he's sitting there, and she goes around the back. He stands up, grabs his suit coat off, ties it around, sits down on it. And you could feel it soaking through. So to make a long story short, he phones me on his way to wherever he was going. He's like, you'll never believe what happened to me. I'm like, you shit yourself. He's like, I did. How'd you know? Same guy had a rental place, collects $1,800 rent. It's sitting in his wallet. His wallet was swollen right on the corner of his desk, which is right to the corner of an open door at BPM night. And I wasn't teaching or speaking that night. So I look at that. I'm like, what a dummy. Like, anybody can grab onto his wallet. So I go to the local gas station, grab a pack of condoms, take one out, unroll it, and I shove it between his $100 bills. So the next day he goes to the bank and pulls out his wad of hundreds.
Oh.
And the condom did a flip and landed on the end of the table. And apparently the banker looked at him and she goes, we don't take those types of deposits here, sir. Scrumpled it up and he put it in his pocket.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's.
You've always been known as a jokester.
A little bit, yeah.
Do people get a little nervous when they hang out with you and they're worried that maybe there's something coming?
Maybe, sometimes.
All right, some Stairway to Heaven.
There has been 100 times around a campfire where somebody busts a song out. It's a long, long song, but you recognize people that have talent with a guitar where they can play the song. Actually, just at Ema Lake Lodge, and the cook, beauty guy, doesn't look like a musician, but Brett was there and he was playing some tunes, and the cook's like, Brett, do you mind if I take my guitar out? And it's always a risk. This guy could be like,
you never know.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Brett's like, yeah, go ahead. He gets there, he's all of a sudden, he's like, bing, bing. And he was freaking awesome. So him and Brett played music all night back and forth. And that was one of the songs that he played. So I'll never forget it. It was awesome.
I love it. What's oh, yeah. What is this though?
I don't know. Looks like tar. Disgusting.
Oh. All right, ready? Oh, that's a tough shooter. Right, freaks.
This has become our family
Absolutely.
song. Every time we pull into someone's house, we're ready to go. We crank it out the window of our side-by-side, crank out the window of our trucks. I think you guys showed us this song.
We did, yeah.
Just brings my energy up, and
You got to bring this to the kids.
You got to bring
right?
it. Got to bring it.
When you're teaching goalie, you got to just walk in there with a boom box. Go buy a boom box and go in there and walk in there.
They have their own music in the dressing room, but I'll definitely show them that.
What do you love most about teaching hockey now?
I think it brings my youth back.
Yeah.
To be honest. And a lot of times where I'm like trying to teach the goalies what to do, it's like, God, I just wish I could strap on the pads and do the splits and like.
I was just going to ask you, have you tried to do the splits?
I probably could.
Yeah.
It would hurt a lot more. Take a long recovery.
We're on your last song, Derrick. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I seen these guys in concert and they actually did this song, which is crazy because it's so good.
Song for the ladies.
For the ladies.
But fellas, listen close.
Don't always have to fuck her hard. In fact, sometimes.
Oh, man.
It's a true story.
It is. You don't always have to fuck her hard.
You don't have to. And in reality, it's you have to read the scenario.
Yeah.
Read the people that you're with.
Yeah.
And
if it's a group, it's hard, but
if it's a group, it's hard. But you gotta read them individually.
So, Derrick, last question. If you could leave some words of wisdom with everything that you've been through, businesses that you've grown, wife, kids, jokester, loving, emotional husband. What are some words of wisdom that you
Words of wisdom. You know what? I think at the end of the day, you treat people right. You be yourself. You have fun while you're doing it. You take the ups and downs as they come. And then you press forward. The biggest mistake that anybody could make is to not have something to fight for next week or the week after. So if I was to build a business, I'd always have a goal in mind. If I was to build a family, I'd have a goal in mind. If I was to raise a kid, I'd have a goal in mind. So I think the biggest thing to fight for is always something ahead of you. It's always, what are you chasing next? So to me, the secret in life is to always be chasing something. Take your pauses when you need it, take your vacation when you need it, but always chase something down. And that I've done that for years with WFG. I've done that for years with whatever. Now we have the hunting and fishing show. If you're not chasing something, then you get old and you die.
Yeah, I agree. Great words of wisdom. I want to give you like a couple minutes though, because I know that you are starting the hunting and fishing show. I want you to be able to promote yourself. I want you to talk about it. Where can we find you? Tell me what it's about. What do people expect?
Well, first and foremost, my bread and butter comes from the company I work with right now is World Financial Group. They've treated me extremely well. And I think have taken care of me generationally, like bar down. That's where I put my initial heart and focus, and they've kept their promises. We have Backwoods Backstage on the Sportsman channel. We're just chasing down dreams there of hunting and fishing and opportunities and all the stuff. And second, support your local junior B team, because we got something going in St. Paul that we've kind of recreated the league on scholarships and given these young guys opportunities to go and do more than what they thought they could in our league. So thanks, Annette.
Thank you, Derrick.
I'm afraid to see this, but I'm happy to see this. But
thank you so much for being on Music Junkies today. Like, subscribe. I'll get you all the information where to find out, Derrick on WFG, as well as his sports and hunting and fishing and like tracking down women show, all that. We'll find it all. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.